Hey everyone, bloodmako here, and this is my run of the Ice Reaper Lufenia fight. Basically Kurasame's Lost Chapters Lufenia. This was my first try. I brought in Tifa, Garland and Cloud. The up condition when I read it was to basically delay them. So I was thinking delay it. I didn't want to bring lightning again. Again, as in she was used in my previous videos, so I decided to bring Cloud and Garland. Well, he's like the king of delays right now, so might as well bring him. It's been a while since I've used him, and I'm actually surprised that he's still so unviable in this after so long since he actually used. It's been what, 1+2 months maybe. So yeah, the only other character I could think of was that lasted this long was Noctis when he first came out. When his burst came out, and everybody was using him to get 0 turn count. I miss the days when Noctis was strong. I love using him. But anyway, yeah. Okay, this fight, it has a bunch of mechanics. Okay? But the thing is that with the comp that I'm running, especially with Garland friend support, the boss basically didn't get a single turn in. And whatever mechanics that I will talk about is basically from tonberry troupe, which I've always put the link in the description for all my videos, for all my Lufenia videos at least. And what I gathered from reading the description in the fight. So basically, this particular bugs, they will reach a point where they will gain some brave regen. Okay, the thing is, I do not know how much brave regen they gain because they never took a turn. But from what I suspect, it is quite a bit, because the only way to get rid of it is to actually use ice damage on them, which is why it's called Kurasame's Lost Chapters. So yeah, they actually do it basically when the orb disappears and reappears at 79% and 49%. And they also do a very strong or very painful AoE HP attack. I believe they do it twice, like AoE HP dump twice. After they hit the 49% mark, so when the orb reactivates again. And I'll be very honest, this fight was really easy. It's my first run. I just brought 2 Garlands. I brought Tifa. Tifa makes a lot of things easy, but if you don't have Tifa, you can always just bring another damage dealer. It doesn't really matter, because Garland is there for his LD. Like, his LD reduces the defense and speed also, I believe. But yeah, so you don't really need someone. You don't really need a support for this, especially if you're not gonna let them take a turn. So any other DPS will do. In fact, if you want, you can just bring Lightning, Garland and Cloud. They basically will never ever take a turn again, because there were some times where the bosses actually came really close to taking a turn, especially like right now, if you notice. And the only reason why they didn't was because I had Garland's burst. So if you don't have Garland's burst and you don't want the boss to take a turn, you can just run 3 debuffers. 3 delayers, like Lightning, Garland, Cloud. If you don't want, I believe you can also use Amy. You can use her as a party member or as a core. Because as you can see, I'm guessing, because I can't remember whether your turns can be deleted, but I did not read that in the boss fight mechanic, the description at least. So I believe that you can delete their turns at least. But the safest way is to just delete them. You can bring some calls. Ramza can delay them too, with his LD. But this boss fight is way easier than the previous fight, the previous Leo event fight. Because first of all, these bosses are not tanky at all. Like, they are melting basically. It could be because of Tifa, but if you're running the launch comp, you should be doing damage equivalent to Tifa's LD at least. So yeah, especially since the fact you can also run it because Leo also delays. In fact, I guess the new team comp might be Cloud, Leo, and Kais, maybe? I'm not exactly sure because launch team comps are not really my forte. Because you can also just throw in Dark Knight because he can also delay. But I'm not exactly sure how much he will have fall off by at this point of time. But yeah, I also find it quite funny that my Lufenia video is actually shorter than my pool video. It is shorter with all the editings in the pool video because I had edited out all the times where I was clearing my inventory. And I believe that was like 12-13 minutes long. And this Lufenia fight is 12 minutes plus. You know. I mean, this fight is not very difficult. If you don't have I mean, I didn't manage to pull for Cypher's LD. If you guys watch my previous video, yeah, I threw 600 tickets at them and they gave me a BT, which I'm very grateful for. But I didn't manage to get a single one of Cypher's LD. In fact, I got only one LD in the entire pool, and that was Kurasame's, which I already had. So yeah, it's not necessary to pull for this particular fight. You don't have to have Kurasame, you don't have to have Cypher. All you have to do is just once in a while when they get their Brave regen, just throw out a ice attack. You could use a Cutter, I believe. Cutter has ice. I'm not exactly sure who else. Maybe Onion Knight. In fact, both his LD and his first call does ice damage, so yeah, you can throw that out. Other than that, these bosses are not. Yeah, as I said, I mean, it's pretty easy to deal with. Oh yes, the orb when it first comes out at when you first enter the battle, it caps at 9. I don't believe I ever seen it went to 10, but I think it caps at 9. But for this, after at the 49% mark, I believe it caps at 15. So you have quite a few breathing room at the later part of the fight. So you can always do what I did, you know, just burst really early. Or well, I had to burst because I didn't want them to take a turn. But you can time your burst, you know, so that you can always just reset the orb in the burst sequence because the orb doesn't go down in the burst sequence. And that's the entire fight already, basically. If you don't, basically the name of the game is to not let the boss take a turn, because you fulfill the orb condition and you don't have to worry about the mechanics of the bosses, because the yellow aura that they get, which requires them to take a turn and reduces the amount of HP damage they receive, it only occurs if they take a turn, because that did not happen when I was doing this fight. So the delay strategy is very viable. You basically just, as you can see, their turn is not even, you can't even see their turns anymore. So yeah, especially if you're running 2 Garlands, you know, and someone that can launch, they will basically delay like Tifa. So she delays once, then first Garland delays in the air, and then the second Garland delays again. So that's it. And Cloud is in there basically for his Blade Beam. I don't need him to do anything other than that. In fact, the only reason why I didn't spam Blade Beam is because I couldn't even see their turns anymore, and at this point of time I still have the summon. I mean, look at the health. Yeah, at 29, 28% and 34%. And I still have my summon. And Garland's burst is still active. And I believe Tifa has like 3 of her LDs, 3 or 2 of her LDs. So basically one of the bosses is dead. You get what I mean? So this fight is very easy to do. It's very manageable if you have plenty of those delay combos, which you should have. I mean, Garland's LD came out twice, so if you didn't get lucky on the first time, you always, you know, can always pull it again when his burst came out. And even if you don't have Garland, I'm pretty sure you can always run Cloud with either Lightning or maybe Ramza. You know, Ramza does delay too. In fact, he delays and launches, so he's kind of, he might be a really good choice for this fight also. You know, if you don't have, if you want to bring someone that has burst. In fact, you can always just burst early on, and at about 49%, 40%, you can always just summon, delay them even more, so that they will really never get a turn again. Because as you can see, they will have died before their turns, them taking a turn, and I still have my summon on standby. This Lufenia fight is very manageable. And you might also have noticed that I didn't upgrade any of my high armor. Like, I didn't make any of them blue. That's because I feel like most of us, we will not upgrade any of our high armors until we really need to, or unless it's one of our favorite characters. But I've seen a lot of people upgrade Tifa. I like her, but she's not my favorite field. So I will probably upgrade it for people like Noctis, Cloud, Zack definitely. he's Noctis and Zack are like one of my all-time favorites. But yeah, I don't see myself upgrading the high armor anytime soon. So if any of you are wondering if I will ever do it, it's only if I need to. But yeah, right now my damage is still I'm still killing them fast enough, so I don't see any issue with it. But of course, if you want to upgrade your high armor, by all means, it will just make the fight easier for you, especially if you have Tifa with blue armor. I mean, she'll basically destroy these bosses even faster. I mean, they don't have any resistance to anything, so you don't have to really be very picky about who you bring. But yeah, I mean, this fight is more or less over already. I summoned mainly to just reduce my number of turns taken, but I didn't even have to do that. Tifa is just going to finish the show, and she almost killed one, and she's going to kill the other one with her LD. And interestingly enough, the bosses do have a rage mechanic, but I also don't see it because they never take a turn, as usual. So yeah, guys. I mean, I wish you guys luck if you need it for this particular Lufenia. I don't think you guys will, but yeah, I mean, my artifacts and spheres are at the back at the end of the video as usual. Not a very difficult fight. 12 minutes is a very short time. Most times I have to actually speed it up, my Lufenia fights. But yeah, I hope you guys are able to clear it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.